Hey guys, so hopefully you can hear me okay. I'm sitting in my car. I wanted to do a video for you. I've been wanting to get to this video all day. It's for tomorrow. It's for the Taurus new moon that we're going to have, but it's also a black moon and a partial solar eclipse. So definitely look back to the video that I made yesterday that I posted in the group. It's about eclipses, but then there's also a video on my YouTube channel. So just go to YouTube, Starbridge Mom, and you'll see that there's a video that covers blue moons and black moons, so you can learn more about what those are, so you get a full picture of everything that's coming this weekend, because this energy is intense and you're probably feeling it. When we have a blue moon, or I mean not a blue moon, I'm sorry, a black moon, and a solar eclipse like this coming up, it's seriously like amplified new moon on crack. It's like 100 new moons. New moons are a time to rest and reflect, to set intentions. There's a lot of new ideas, new beginnings, things like that. And new moons are a powerful time to set your intentions and do your manifestation work. However, when we're dealing with an eclipse, then it's really better to just go with the flow. Stay focused and connected to your heart, but go with the flow, because the universe is going to bring what you need. So trust in the universe during this time. The eclipse is really bound to open doors and bring opportunities that are going to form totally new paths for each of us. Mom. Okay, I hope that I'm back and it's the same video. I don't know what just happened. Anyways, in a couple weeks, then we'll have the full moon, which will be a total lunar eclipse on May 15th. And that's going to be a very transformative time. Just an FYI, that's coming because we are in eclipse season. So you're probably already feeling these energies that are coming in. And it's just like feeling this sense of change and deeper awakening that's stirring within, changes that are in your life. You might be asking yourself, like, who am I? You might be feeling that way, feeling kind of lost. Eclipses tend to do that, but it's also a time that we can rediscover ourselves as well. It's really just important to stay present during this time, to set your intention to be present during this time, because when emotions can be really blinding during eclipse, just think that blocking out, you know, there's that blocking out with emotions and not being fully aware of your actions, or taking that moment between reaction, you know, where there's always a moment happening and then you having a response to it. And during eclipse season, it's really hard to recognize that moment. Sorry if you hear my 5-year-old in the back. I've been out and about all day, and her and I just came back from this really awesome rock shop. Like, it was seriously so cool, and I didn't even know this awesome place existed. And I was paused again. Anyways, she's ready to go home, and I want to do my video, so she's gonna have to wait. Anyway, so I was saying, be very present during this time. Do things that help keep your vibration high, and just observe your thoughts and release any fears that you have, because again, this is an intense time, so things are going to come up. Just try to be the observer, okay? So things that you're going to notice that are coming up with this eclipse and the Taurus black new moon is there's going to be a lot of shedding of any unwanted energies, things that are holding you back from having any kind of peace in your life, or that are disrupting your peace. That stuff's going to start being cleared away. Just a purging of stagnant energy and wounds that are in your shadow. It's a wave of massive clearing, personally and globally, where there's just this huge feeling activating this release that's happening. Also, I mean, new moons already bring a heightened intuition, and so you can imagine that with this really amplified energy, where I was saying earlier how it's like new moons on crack, like 100 new moons, intuition's through the roof for a lot of people right now. So if you're really sensitive, or you have any kind of like psychic abilities that you've developed, you're probably already keen on that. There's just along with that heightened sense of intuition, there's going to be an access to leveling up your skill sets and your gifts. an expanded awareness and clarity about how you're leveling up in your life too. Your home, your family, your career, your material property, your physical body, because we're talking about Taurus, and Taurus rules over so much of that. I'm glad this is explaining a lot. That's good to hear. And then there's going to be more experiencing of joy and love and unity, and just understanding how we bring more value into our life. There's more opportunity right now to create stability and work on stronger foundations in our life, in our relationships. There's a lot of relationship building right now. There's a lot of purging through relationships. Relationships are like huge, I don't know the right word here, like catalyst for karma to work through. So your relationships may be feeling this energy, and it's coming through and processing through your relationships. That could be going on too. With solar eclipses, we tend to see a little bit better, like luck and opportunity, as people will say. So you might see some material gain or different things happening with your career with that. But here's what we're all being presented with eclipse season.
I want to go home.
Sorry, guys. As with every eclipse season, is Clara, stop. That's rude. Is evolve or repeat. So just remember that with eclipse seasons, evolve or repeat. We can grow and step onto a new path with new possibilities, or we can keep repeating the same old patterns and lessons over and over. Eclipses really invite us to look at what we're doing, what we're thinking, what kind of habits we have, learn what we need to release and let go of to make room for new growth in our life and get aligned with our highest path, and do it at a really accelerated pace. Nope, it just keeps pausing on me, hun, sorry. So there's 4 eclipses in 2022, and they're either going to be in Taurus or Scorpio. So this one coming up is in Taurus. So the theme this year with our eclipse seasons is really about making a strong foundation, or rather like mixing the perfect soil for your plants, right? And getting the right amount of nutrients to grow in, for us to grow in, and taking care of the physical self and our values, finding a new sense of stability about who we really are, and then being able to go deep into what's buried below the surface, perhaps bringing out our skeletons in the closet so that we can release and move on and be able to make room for new things to blossom in our lives. So there's this experiencing of change and alterations to the things that we own. Our resources, personal and shared, are affected during this time, because Taurus represents personal resources, where Scorpio is about shared resources. So here's some other astrological key points about what's going on. So in March, we had our Aries new moon, and that helped us to learn more about what makes us independent. It taught us about where we feel we get our worth from. And then the Libra full moon that we had a couple of weeks ago, that came around and it showed us, I understand. I'm not going to be much longer. Please give me a few more minutes. So anyways, the Libra full moon came around a couple of weeks ago and highlighted areas in our life that were imbalanced, and was like, hey, work on this before the eclipse season gets around, or it's going to be even that much harder to deal with. But really, it was an opportunity to see, where is there tension in our life, where is there imbalance in areas of our life, and work to tweak that and level things out. But it also showed us, how we love other people, how we value other people. But now we have this Taurus new moon, and that is all about laying these new foundations. Now that we've figured out our independence, our worth, how we value others, now it's a time to love ourselves, to nurture ourselves, to see how we value ourselves, and become more grounded in who we're becoming. And then we have 4 planets in Pisces. So we have Neptune, Jupiter, Mars, and Venus all in this really dreamy sign, and they're forming a positive aspect, a sextile, with the new moon eclipse in Taurus. So our sensitive side, our emotional side, even our psychic abilities, these things are really activated right now, and they're supporting us in achieving these greater levels of what we desire from life, and to help us truly build that strong foundation that's based on our heart's guidance rather than our ego. So really getting clear and connected to your heart right now is important. when it comes to Taurus, Taurus is all about stability, foundation, personal values, personal security, your career, how you keep roof over your head, food in your belly, clothes on your back kind of thing. It's also ruled by Venus, so there's this love for beauty, and it rules over money and indulging in the material world. It's an earth sign. You know, a lot of Tauruses, you know, they're foodies, and they also like to have their time to chill. So Tauruses have two speeds. I would recommend going to starbridgemom.com and watch the video about Taurus, because you'll learn a lot about the type of frequency that's coming in right now. Taurus is ruled by two speeds. It's either hang and chill and sleep, eat, or charge full speed ahead. So to kind of start getting ready to close out the video, we're at this point where we're choosing how we interact with the world. How have we been representing ourselves? How are we presenting ourselves to the world? Is it in alignment with who we truly are? Is it in alignment with our values? Is it in alignment with love and peace and the divine I am presence that is within all of us? If it's not in alignment, then that stuff's going to be coming to the surface, and it's going to be spotlighted. So wounds, triggers, stressors, old crap that you're carrying around, the eclipse season comes around and is like, it's time to let that go, honey. It's time to lighten the load. And again, if you watch the eclipse videos that I made, you'll learn, you know, change isn't always welcome with open arms, but this is a time to do it. When these eclipses roll around, when black moons roll around, this is a time to do this type of work. You're really supported by the universe. You are loved by God, by the divine, by the source, by the universe, whatever you call it. You know, but it is a spotlight right now, and you have a choice to go live your life authentically, or to continue to choose to hide yourself away and suffer the consequences of not letting yourself shine. So can you let go of fear about what other people think? Can you reveal your values, your quirks, your true depth, and your beauty, and not worry about what other people are judging you on? Okay, so this is a lot of Taurus stuff. Journal. Okay, I'm going to end out here. A couple of things to think about if you like to journal. Observe your patterns and habits. You know, where are you holding on to things physically, mentally, emotionally? Any patterns or habits, observe them, write them down. Look at how they're not serving you and who you're becoming. You know, what kind of new habits and patterns are you working to form right now? Awareness is really essential in doing this type of work, so that you can shift into the new dynamics and energy that's coming in right now. And just welcome whatever arises when you do this practice, when you do this journaling work. Just welcome it with love and compassion and forgiveness. Really operate from your heart, okay? And then what can you do to improve your physical world? We are physical beings. We are human beings on a 3D physical material world on Earth. And a lot of our talks that we have are about spirituality, but Taurus is very rooted in the material and earthy realm. So, you know, how are you feeling about your body right now? How are you feeling about, you know, your home and where you live, like your material things? But looking at our body, I want to go back to that as the microcosm of Earth. We are made of all the elements: our blood, our bones, our sweat, our tears, you know, just everything about us. We are the microcosm of Earth. And so really embodying that and taking time to kind of tap into what that means for you, how you feel about that. And then what do you want out of life? What makes you feel worthy? What makes you feel valued and valuable? You know, how does it feel to be nurtured and to nurture yourself? And what can you do to be more grounded and more present, both you know, in your life, but when it comes to your values and grounding yourself in that, both for yourself and for others. So that's it. That pretty much sums up what's coming up tomorrow with the black new moon in Taurus with the partial solar eclipse, guys. Hang on, we're gonna get through this. It's you know, it's always about your perspective. Remember that. It's always about your perspective, and whatever is going on in here that is reflected out there, and this is a great time to really just tap into that. So I will let you go on that note. Again, go to starbridgemom.com. You'll find more information on eclipses, on black moons, blue moons, all of the moons, or you can go to the YouTube channel. I'm gonna let you go because my 5-year-old's totally freaking out now. Thanks guys, see you in the next video.